Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breathitt County set to kick it away as Terry will kick it off. There was some discussion during that timeout if 2-point conversion attempt was good or no good, and they went with no good. So Terry to kick it away. Ball in the air, and it will be fielded or touched at the 5 and picked up, returned from there, coming near side. Commodores going to get it shy of the 20 is number 10, Kilburn. It was a good kick by Terry. In just a second, we get everything scored here. Perry Central will have it. 1st and 10 inside their own 20. They're going to say the 18-yard line. So not great field position for the Commodores. Sloan in the pistol. Going to turn. Give to, I believe, Jackson. He'll get it up to the 20-yard line. Gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd and 8 for Perry Central. Second and 6, excuse me. Got it up to the 21. Actually, I've got 2nd and 7, but that's okay. Pistol once again for Perry Central. Sloan going to turn. Head it to the running back. He's going to get it across the 25 near the 1st down yardage. Jackson once again as Commodores looking to pound it up the gut. Might be just shy of the 1st. Nope, they're going to give it 1st down. Okay. 1st and 10, Perry Central right at the 28-yard line. Perry Central, 1st and 10 here. Sloan looking to pass, trying to go deep down the middle of the field. That ball's caught by Kilburn. And Breathitt County will bring him down at the 5. That was Isaac Turner with a tackle from behind for the Bobcats. But that's a big pitch and catch for the Commodores. Penalty flag on the play, though. We'll see what that's about. Ball sitting at the 5. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Perry Central. Oh, wow, that's a big penalty. That'll take it back to the 20-yard line. That's a big penalty against the Commodores. Yeah, it is still 1st and 10 for Perry Central. There's a snap out of the pistol. Sloan looking to pass again. Had it, looked like it was going to be complete, intended for Tyler Smith. As it's 2nd and 10 for the Commodores at the Breathitt County 20.
.116 to play in the 1st. Steve, was in a rain-soaked night.
Yeah, it has been. Here's Sloan out of the pistol for the Commodores. Going to turn, give it, coming near side. That is Jackson. He's going to be brought down just shy of the goal line, but he's got enough for the first. And it'll be first and goal for Perry Central at the Breathitt County 1.
Perry Central moving this ball.
We tick under a minute here to play in the first quarter.
The field's in great shape considering all the rain.
I agree, 100%. Commodores first and goal, 51 seconds to play here, and the first ball will be on the left hash at the 1 once they get everything set and deemed ready to go.
.51 seconds, clock ticking, game play clock at 17.
Out of the pistols, they turn, hand it off, up the middle. I'll take that back. He did not hand it off. That was Sloan on the keeper. And that ties the game up at 6. Extra point pending for Perry Central.
Got score at 43 seconds. All tied here, tied up here.
Attempting the extra point is number 21, Ian Montgomery. Hold down, kick up, it's good, make it 7-6 Commodores. And with that, we will take a 1-minute break. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
As we come back, Breathitt County had a good kickoff return. That was Isaac Turner, received it inside the 20 and able to return it up to the 39-yard line or so.
Isaac, a 5'10" senior. Perry Central 7, Breathitt County 6.
Breathitt County first and 10. We've got whistles. Timeout, Perry Central. We'll take it with them. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breathitt County with 1st and 10 from their own 39-yard line as play resumes. Stacy looking to pass. Plenty of time here by this Breathitt County offensive line. He'll scramble, get it across the 40 up to right around the 42, 43-yard line before stepping out of bounds. And Breathitt County, positive yardage on 1st down. They're going to take it.
The offensive line gave him plenty of time.
I think they're going to drop it at the 41, looks like.
Seven to 6. PC's up by 1.
So Breathitt County 2nd and 8. Stacy looking to throw, coming near side to Turner. Has it complete across midfield, slips and falls down around the 47 of Perry Central. That's good pitch and catch that time for the Bobcats.
Even that turf gets slick after a while.
Yeah, especially after it's rained a little bit. It drains really well, but it's still a little slippery. 20 seconds to play here in quarter number 1. Perry Central with a 7-6 lead over the Bobcats as we come to the closing moments of the first quarter. Going to be in the gun is Stacy. A whistle and another. Do we have timeout, Breathitt County, this time? That's the end of the first quarter. Okay. And Breathitt County trails 7-6 after 1. We'll send it back to the station for 1 minute. Be back in 1 minute for quarter number 2. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Yeah, I thought it started at 9:30.
We're back, yeah. A little confusion on the start time of the game. It was supposed to have been 9:30, and then they rushed it. So Breathitt County, 1st and 10 at the Commodore 47. Out of the gun, they're going to give it to Gibson. Coming to our side, he's going to get it down to about the 45, just inside the 46. A gain of about a yard and a half.
Bobcats trailing by 1, 7-6.
I've got 2nd and 8. They said 2nd and 8 on the board. What it is. Breathitt County going to be in the gun once again. Stacy has Gibson to his right. Holland going to come back near side. Was going to change positions on the field, but stays on the near sideline. Wide receiver split wide right. Tight end, H-back to the near side is going play action. Stacy, bootleg to his right, looking for Combs. That's Corey Combs. He'll get the first, and then he'll get pushed backwards as he crosses the 42, gets down near the 41.
Nice pass play by Stacy.
Excuse me, I said 31. It's 36-yard line. I apologize.
Looks much improved since last Friday. More comfortable.
7-6, Perry Central. Breathitt County driving, though, at the moment.
.45 in the second.
Out of the gun, they hand it off. Gibson breaks some tackles. He'll get upended as he goes inside the 25, down at the 24-yard line. Breathitt County's got that running game going tonight.
First down, Bobcats.
Struggled a little bit with it last week. But 1st and 10 for Breathitt County.
Gibson, a promising underclassman. 10:20 to play here. Play clock has 19 on it.
Out of the gun. Stacy with the snap. Wanted to go far side. Now he's looking into the end zone. That ball is thrown a little high, and it will fall incomplete. I think that's intended. Was that? Is that Combs or is that Sperry on the far sideline?
Let's see.
That's wearing 15. I want to say that's Sperry.
He must change his numbers.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes. Clock stopped at 10:04 in the second.
Breathitt County 2nd and 10 at the Perry Central 24. Ball on the right hash. Stacy coming near side. Design keeper. Trying to follow some blockers. Perry Central did a good job stretching it out. And maybe a yard or two.
Flag
Looks like
down,
maybe two.
No flag. Yeah.
Did they throw it?
They did throw a flag, but not sure. .9:52 to play in the second quarter, 7-6.
And penalty against Perry Central will give the Bobcats a first.
Big break for Breathitt
Say
County.
15 yard. It actually should be half the distance to the goal. It should set it down at the 11, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Down at the 11-yard line. So Breathitt County 1st and 10 at the Commodore 11-yard line.
9:30.
Out of the gun, they give it to Gibson. So he tripped up, and he'll roll down about a yard shy of the line of scrimmage, so loss of about one. Took a hard hit to the head as he was on the ground.
Yes, he did. Closing in on the 9-minute mark in the second quarter. Bobcats trail by one, but they are threatening.
Breathitt County going to be back in the gun as they have 2nd and 11 coming up. Going to hand it off, going right side to Gibson. He's going to bust through, get inside the 5, down near the 2-yard line. See where they mark it dead at. Looks like it's inside the 3, down at the 2. Should be about a yard shy of the first. It was a gain of 10 on 2nd and 11. Brings up 3rd and 1.
The offensive line giving Gibson plenty of holes on the strengths of the Bobcats.
So Breathitt County looking to retake the lead. They trail it 7-6. 8:14 and counting to play here in quarter number 2. There's a snap. Give it to Gibson, and he will punch it into the end zone. Running off left end. Touchdown, Breathitt County.
That touchdown comes at the 8:06 mark. Bobcats 12, Prairie Central 7.
Breathitt County probably going to go for 2. Two-point conversion attempt coming up. Some numbers switched up on us here tonight. Stacy usually wears 10. He's wearing 1. And I believe 15 is Sperry. Wyatt Spencer had been wearing 15. That's not Wyatt. That looks like Sperry here on the near side. They're going out of the bone. The Bobcats will. And Gibson will get the carry. It's no good on the attempt. Make it still 12-7. Breathitt County leads it, though. And we will take a 1-minute break. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Kickoff. Gilbert will field it once again at the 5. Coming near side. Got plenty of room to run. Get it across. Gilbert will get it across the 30 to about the 31 on the kickoff return for Perry Central. Yeah, it's with 7:59 to play here in the first half.
12-7, Bobcats leading by 5.
Perry Central with decent field position here to start this drive. Ball will be on their right hash. 1st and 10.
BCC always a tough place to play.
Ball on the right hash as the Commodores huddled on the sideline. They come straight out. 7 on the play clock. They got to get this play off in a hurry. 5, 4, 3, 2. Sloan gets the snap right at 1, and it's up the middle. Good gain for Perry Central. That is Colin Combs with the carry. Enough for a first as he crosses the 40, gets it up to the 42, an 11-yard gain for Perry Central on what was 1st and 10 and will be once again 1st and 10. This time it'll be back in the pistol. Ball stays on the right hash. 2 wideouts to the left. H-back that way as well. Kilburn split wide right all by himself. 7.5 to play in the first half. Will turn. They'll give it once again to Combs. He'll get hit. Stay on his feet. Cross the 45, almost the 46-yard line. Gain of about 4. Brings up 2nd and 6 for Perry Central.
That clock ticking under 7:15 to play here in the first half in Hazard, Kentucky at the Commodore Stadium here.
Long weather delay getting this game going, and then they said, oh, we'll start at 9:30. Warm-ups start at 8:40 or 9 o'clock
right.
or so, and that didn't happen. They were playing by 9:15.
Well, that's good, though.
It's all right. Get out a little early. H-back, 2 wideouts to the right out of the pistol. Sloan turns, gives the Combs it once again. He'll get near midfield, and that's where he's going to go down. There's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and a manageable 2 yards for Perry Central.
Clock ticking at 6:30.
The ball will stay on the right hash. 12-7, Breathitt County leading. 2 wideouts, H-back to the right again, once again out of the pistol. Commodores have been in that all night. Sloan trying to draw Bobcats off. Nothing going. They look to the sideline, await the play call. There it comes in. Sloan going to turn, hand it off to Jackson. He's got the first. He'll go down at the 46 of Breathitt County.
Keeping that ball on the ground is Perry Central.
Yeah, Commodores 62 rush yards so far. Breathitt County with 79. 12-7. I know the graphic says 7-2. It's 12-7 in favor of Breathitt County. We'll get that corrected in a moment. There's a snap out of the pistol. Sloan looking to throw. Has it complete to Smith. Smith breaking tackles. He'll get inside the 30, down at the 26-yard line of Breathitt County. About a 20-yard gain.
Yeah,
So
big
27, 19-yard gain.
Big game by Prairie Central. Bobcats fans is hung around here. Across the field, the Bobcat fans are that side's pretty well full in the bleachers.
Yeah, a lot of people went over to the elementary school. A lot of people went to their cars during the weather delay. As the Commodores, 1st and 10 at the Breathitt County 27-yard line.
5:10 to play in the half.
Ball on the left hash. H-back, 2 wideouts to the right. Turn and give to Combs. Combs going to get hit at the line of scrimmage, tripped up, and then goes down at the 25 after a 2-yard gain for the Commodores. It'll bring up 2nd and 8. Just under 5 to play here in quarter number 2.
Bobcats trail. .430 here to play. Play clock at 22.
2nd and 8 coming up for Perry Central as they break the huddle. Bobcat defense trying to prevent another score by the Commodores. It's 12-7 at the moment in favor of the Bobcats. Out of the pistol, Sloan looking to throw and trying to get it to Smith. Pass is thrown a little high and goes incomplete.
That will stop the clock at 4:12.
Brings up 3rd and 8. Probably 4-down territory. I don't know. Maybe the Commodores kick a field goal. Not that they had a controversy with a field goal at the end of last week's game. We'll not get into that. 3rd and 8 at the Breathitt County 25. Commodores are going to the huddle as, again, they've moved the ball very well on the ground, but they also have 107 pass yards.
Play clock at 22.
Out of the pistol, Sloan with the snap, turns, gives to Jackson up the middle. He's near 1st down yardage if he doesn't have it. I want to say he does based on where they're marking it. So that'll be 1st and 10 for the Commodores at the 17 of Breathitt County. They may measure.
And Steve, we have no lights here in the press box. Or no, there may be.
Maybe. I'm not sure which is which. Looks like those are on. Might be there.
Let me flip them for you.
And I believe they are going to measure that. As get a little light on the subject. I think he's got enough for the first. We'll see as the chains come out. As people tell them to hurry before lightning comes back. A lot of games got delayed due to weather this evening.
Absolutely.
As they stretch it out, they got to get down. Break out the credit card here and see if he's got it. And they're still looking at it.
They won't get this exactly right.
He got down that far, and then he said it's about 2.5 feet away for the first.
We want to make sure.
Whatever. 4th and 1 coming up for Perry Central. All right, here we go.
Clock at 3:43.
4th and 1 coming up for the Commodores. We're going to go to a power I. Sloan under center. I started to expect a sneak here, but the first for Jackson running left side. And he's inside the 15, down near the 13-yard line. Gain of about 5. So 1st and 10 for Perry Central.
Jackson, a senior. 3:15 to play in the second quarter. Play clock at 30. PCC threatening. Bobcats lead by 5.
Again, out of the power I. Jackson up the middle. Going to get it inside the 10 to about the 9. Looks like a gain of about 4.
Getting those hard yards on the ground.
So 2nd and 6 for Perry Central.
2:30 to play in the second quarter. 12-7. PCC taking her time.
Ball at the 9 as the Commodores again going to be in the power I. Power I to the right. Sloan under center. Wide out to the right as well. Breathitt County trying to time, and they're going to be called for offsides.
Yeah.
That should be half the distance to the goals. It's not quite a first down, but not going to be far from it.
As the official walks it off.
Should take it to about the 5. They're going to say 4. So 2nd and 1 coming up for Perry Central. Clock running 2:11 to play in the first half. Breathitt County at the moment leads it 12-7. Commodores threatening though as they are inside the 5. 2nd and 1 on the power I formation. Sloan goes under center and steps back.
Play clock at 16.
Play call comes in as Sloan. Nope, Perry Central is going to take a timeout. Let's take the timeout with them. We will take a 1-minute break. Breathitt County leads 12-7, 1:44 to play, quarter number 2. Back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Second and 1 coming up for the Commodores. They are at the Breathitt County 4. They're going to get to the 3 for the first. In the power I formation, power I to the right. Going to turn, pitch it back to Jackson, and he will punch it into the end zone going right side. And Perry Central will take the lead at 13-12.
That score comes at the 1:38 mark. PCC 13, Breathitt County 12.
You know, this is a situation where, and I'm not saying it will, but if you're Perry Central, it would make sense to go for 2.
Yes, it would.
Because you're up 1. An extra point will only put you up 2. As a snap, hold down, kick up, it's through. Make it 14-12. Commodores, we will take a 1-minute break. Be back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
As we come back, Perry Central leading Breathitt County 14-12. 1:38 to play here in the first half as Goings will kick it away. Puts a boot to it. Breathitt County will field it at the 24. That's Isaac Turner. He's got a lot of room on the far side. Cuts it back up the middle, coming near side. A block ahead of him. Crosses the 50. Going to be pushed out of, no, he's going to cut back into the field and go down at the 28 of Perry Central.
Well, a big time run by Turner. I got a flag.
Flags come in late, yep.
Turner. He turned the Jets on that one.
He got it to the 28 of Perry Central, did Turner.
Broke several tackles along the way. The officials discussing. (14-12) 1:25 to play here in the half. Still waiting for the call.
And it is going to be against Perry Central as they start to mark off, I want to say, unsportsmanlike conduct, personal foul against Perry Central. And that should take it to the 13 if that's, unless it's half the distance to the penalty, or half the distance to the goal, I'm sorry. Nope, they're going to set it down at the 12.
Penalties really costing Prairie Central in this first half.
Breathitt County 1st and 10 at the Commodore 12. Chance to retake the lead before the half with 1:25 on the clock here in quarter number 2. 14-12, the score in favor of the Commodores. They give it on a little bit of an end around to Isaac Turner. He'll get inside the 10, down at the 7. This is a gain of 5.
We're closing in on 1 minute to play in the first half.
Breathitt County snaps it. It looks like they have the first. I believe they do.
I think they got it.
Who was that? Was that? This might be a legal procedure against the Bobcats, but we'll see. No flag.
Clock stops at 55 seconds to play.
Got it set down on the 2. Official waiting to make a call here. Illegal substitution on the defense. Breathitt County take the result of the play, which is a first down at the 2-yard line. First and goal for the Bobcats.
Clock now ticking at 49 seconds.
Breathitt County going to be in the gun. Gibson set right side of Stacy. They pull Isaac Turner to Stacy's left. They give it to Turner, and he almost goes down, but makes his way into the end zone, going right side. And Breathitt County leads it 18-14. Extra point or 2-point conversion pending.
Turner broke a tackle on that one. Kept the legs turning at all times. That touchdown comes at the 32-second mark in the second quarter.
Yeah, it looked like Turner was going to be dropped for a loss and able to cut back inside to his left, broke that tackle, and dove to the end zone. Breathitt County keeps the offense on the field, going for two. Put a man in motion. That is Holland. They put him left side of Stacy in the backfield. They give it to Holland, going to the right, and he will be in. 2-point conversion good. 20-14, Breathitt County. We'll take a 1-minute break. We will be back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Terry kicks it off, fielded at the 8 by Kilburn. He comes up the middle, stops, turns left, and gets it across the 20 up to about the 25-yard line. Fielded that around the 8.
26 seconds to play in the first half. Bobcats up 20-14.
And they are going to mark it at the 25, so decent field position for Perry Central. And the problem is there's 26 seconds on the clock here in quarter number 2. No, according to the graphic, Breathitt County leads it 30-14. That is not the case. It is 20-14.
Play clock at 15.
Commodores going to be in the pistol, ball on the left hash. 2 wideouts to the left, 8's back and a wide out to the right. There's a snap, so I'm looking to throw. Looking deep down the far sideline. Breathitt County over there, and they're going to pick it off, but they're going to call pass interference for a ball that was well underthrown.
Oh, it was probably 3 or 4 feet underthrown.
Yeah, probably more than that. But that's the problem with the underthrown balls. Sometimes the defender gets caught pushing because he's running that direction and doesn't see the ball as quickly as the receiver does. So that's going to be pass interference against the Bobcats, I'm sure. So that'll take it to the 40, I believe. Should. Commodores 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line with 21 seconds to play in quarter number 2. Ball will stay on the left hash. So you know what Perry Central's thinking now, but you still got to pay attention to the underneath throw where they want to try to catch the defense in playing a soft zone and get a catch and run. Shotgun formation for the Commodores. Ball on the left hash. 1st and 10 from their own 40. Sloan rolling to his right, looking to throw, and it is knocked down. Good defense. That is Alan Sperry. That is Sperry.
Good job by Sperry on the defense. You read that perfectly.
2nd and 10 coming up for Perry Central. Ball will still be on that left hash. It is 20-14. Breathitt County leads.
Clock at 16 seconds. Game clock, that is. Play clock at 13.
Back to the gun for Sloan and Perry Central. 2 wideouts to the right as Sloan rolling that way. Overthrows Smith. Smith would have been near the first, if not had the first, if he could have made the catch, but the pass was overthrown. Stops the clock at 11 seconds. Quarter number 2.
Bobcats up by 6. Looking for their first win of the season. PCC won last week 22-21 over Somerset, a team the Bobcats will play later on down the season.
Yeah, they'll get Somerset at home in a district matchup.
We got Danville on the road. 2 new teams in the district.
Commodores 3rd and 10 at their own 40. H-back, 2 wide outs to the right, wide out to the left. Now H-back will split wide to the right. Sloan out of the gun, going to turn and hand it off. That is Combs. Combs going to be cut down from behind at the Commodore 45. And I believe Perry Central may take a timeout here. We'll mark it at the 45, looks like. So we'll be at timeout. Let's take a 30-second break. Back in 30 seconds. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
7 seconds remaining here in the first half. That was the last timeout of the first half for Perry Central. So Commodores probably only one play unless they can get a quick out to the sideline. And that's possible. You can maybe get 5 or 10 yards, step out of bounds, maybe have a second on the clock. As Smith goes in motion from the slot to the H-back spot. Sloan looking to throw. Heaves one deep down the middle of the field, and that ball will be tipped and knocked down. And that'll end the first half. Breathitt County goes to the locker room with a 20-14 lead. Let's take a 1-minute break. 1 minute break, Kevin. Back in 1 minute. And be with some halftime stats. Back in 1. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to Perry County Central football field as we are at the half where the Breathitt County Bobcats lead the Perry County Central Commodores 20-14. And running down some stats real quick. For Perry Central, I've got them for 99 yards on the ground, 107 through the air, 206 total offensive yards. I'm not 100% sure that that is correct. We'll have to double check that here late in just a little bit. For the Bobcats, they have 91 yards on the ground, 59 through the air, 150 total offensive yards for Breathitt County. Individual stats first for Perry Central. Kaiser Sloan, I've got him for 4 of 8, 107 yards, and the long of 67 yards. That's about right. Receiving for the Commodores, Tyler Smith, 2 receptions for 33 yards. Noah Kilburn, 2 for 74. On the ground, Commodores led by Seth Jackson with 11 carries, 59 yards. Colin Combs, 6 carries, 42 yards. For Breathitt County, the Bobcats through the airs. Dylan Stacy, 4 of 5, 59 yards. And 1 touchdown pass. On the ground, it's going to be receiving for Breathitt County. Carter Holland, it's John Carter Holland with 1 reception, 31 yards, and a touchdown. Jaden Gibson, 1 reception for 7 yards. Isaac Turner, 1 for 12. Corey Combs, 1 for 9. On the ground, Bobcats led by Jaden Gibson, 11 carries, 58 yards, and a touchdown. Isaac Turner, 3 carries, 18 yards, and a score. Dylan Stacy, 2 for 4. And John Carter Holland, 1 for 11. Breathitt County, 6 in the first, 14 in quarter number 2 for their 20. Prairie Central, 7 in each of the first and second quarters, giving them their 14. So, Breathitt County leads it 20-14 at the half. We are going to take a 7-minute break. We'll be back in 7 minutes. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We're back at the half where Breathitt County Bobcats lead the Perry County Central Commodores 20-14 at the half. Sorry, came on a dead sprint back up to the press box here, James. Catch my breath just a little bit.
Oh, you're in pretty good shape. Bobcats looking much better than last week versus Belfry. A lot of adjustments. The kids look more confident in their roles.
Yeah, I agree. Of course, you start looking at the stats, and Perry Central with a few more offensive yards than Breathitt County. Total offensive yards for Perry Central. I know that ain't right. For Perry Central, it was 206. For Breathitt County, it's 150. And Breathitt County's really moved the ball a lot better this week on the ground. Last week, Belfry did a lot of things to kind of take that away from the Bobcats. Of course, part of that was getting out to such a big lead. Breathitt County trying to play catch up from behind. But, I mean, once that happened, it happened. So for the Bobcats, the biggest thing they were trying to do this week is put that out of their mind, come in, prepare for Perry Central, get ready to play another football game, and then you get up here, you get ready for an 8 o'clock start after it already been
pushed back for half hour.
Yeah, because of the heat. And then you get up here and it's raining, it's lightning, it's all this stuff. So you get going, and you got going. 20-14, Breathitt County leads. They scored right there at the end of the second quarter. The lead at the half, 20-14, outscoring Perry Central 14-7 in the second quarter. So for the Bobcats, yeah, you got to kick off. Perry Central gets the ball to start quarter number 3. But if you're Breathitt County, defense come out. Let's get a stop. Force a punt. We've forced one punt so far tonight. That was the first possession of the game for the Commodores. Force a punt, get another score, and then see how it goes from there.
Bobcats has played Prairie Central away the last 2 years, back-to-back years.
And the whole reason for that is they wanted to be able to play the Commodores in the Honey Bowl next season. They weren't going to be able to match it up week 3 this year to get them in the Honey Bowl this year, or they would have played them at home this year. However, what they did was say, okay, well, we'll just give you a home game this year, 2 years in a row, yeah, okay, but we'll play you next year in the Honey Bowl.
And the Bobcats will be going on the road next year to Lewis County on the road.
They got Lewis County at home in the Honey Bowl this year.
Yep.
So, the return game going to be away next year. And that's going to be a little bit of a drive. But Bobcats, of course, next year you've got a return game with Belfry on the road. You've got a return game with Somerset on the road. 2-hour drives from Jackson for each of those.
Anyway you go.
And then Lewis County.
It's cut 2 hours.
It's right at it. Yeah,
it is.
Not far from a 2-hour drive from Jackson.
Half hour above Moorhead.
Yep. As we are getting ready for the start of quarter number 3, I apologize for taking such a long break there at the half. See if we can get some scores that's been going on throughout the area. Appreciate Brandon Griffith updating our ticker on the bottom of the screen. Betsy Lang leading Bath County 27-8. Jackson County and Knott Central 8-6 last we saw first quarter. Hazard leading Harlan County 13-0 in the third. And then Boyle County and LCA looks like got moved to
tomorrow, right?
Saturday.
Riceland up over Letcher Central 20-0.
That game got started and then got paused on a weather delay for a little while, just like we did here.
We're 50 seconds away from the start of the second half.
Yeah, we'll keep it here. Again, kind of been one of those nights. And then when they got going, James, and he's a little late getting up here, as they said, okay, yeah, we're going to do all this warm-ups and everything at 9. And then once we do the warm-ups, then we'll move on from there. Kick off at 9:30. That didn't happen. They got going a little quicker than that. And, yeah.
No,
kind of rushed everything at the last minute, yeah.
I do remember when Mark Dixon was an assistant coach under Coach Holcomb at Breathitt. Of course, Mark Dixon is the head man at Prairie Central. PCC is a 4A school in District number 8. The Bobcat faithful still here to cheer their Bobcats on right across from us. Their side of the bleachers are full as we're getting ready to start play.
Braxton Terry will have it teed up in just a moment.
And here we go.
Puts a toe to it. Not a deep kick this time. We're going to be fielded at the 17-yard line. That is Fields, Derek Fields. He gets it across the 30 to about the 33, looks like, where the Commodores will take over first and 10.
That will stop the clock at 11:50. Bobcats lead by 6, 20-14 in the start of the third quarter.
So Perry Central, decent field position here to start this drive. Starting from their own 33-yard line. Important thing when you start out with the football to start the game, you get the lead at the half.
Yes.
Pistol formation for Perry Central. Going to go play action. Sloan with a man in his face. Has it complete on the far side. Did Breathitt County take it away? They did. Breathitt County. Who was that? Number 20? Braden Barnett with the takeaway.
Just took that away from the receiver. Real strong hand.
Looked like Smith caught that. And then Braden Barnett took it away.
Good job by Barnett.
No, they're going to say interception. Excuse me. And it will be 38-yard line for Breathitt County where they have it first and 10. The Perry Central 38-yard line, that is.
And that's how you start a third quarter on the defensive side. Clock at 11:43 in the third.
Breathitt County first and 10 at the Perry Central 38. Want to go for it all. Stacy pump fakes, pulls down, takes off, comes near side, has room to run. May have enough for the first. He'll slide down near the first 10 yards. You're going to mark him at the 29. He's going to be about a yard short. It'll be 2nd and 1 coming up for Breathitt County. Good way to start the second half. Got to take advantage of the turnover. Try to get a score here and go up by 2 scores.
11-11 in the third. Oh, yeah. You'll score here early. And the way PCC grinds that clock, make it a short game.
Breathitt County in the gun. Gibson to the right of Stacy. Going to turn, give it to Gibson. The whistle blew the play dead before it got going. And penalty, more than likely, false start. There it is against Breathitt County. So bag it up. Make it 2nd and 6. Back at the 34. At least that's where the ball should go down. It is where it goes.
Play clock at 20 seconds. Cowbells here in full force.
Yeah. Cowbells tend to be one of the favorite noisemakers in football games. Breathitt County going to hand it off on 2nd and 6. There it is again. Gibson inside the 30 to about the 29. And be just short of the first and bring up 3rd and about 1, looks like, for the Bobcats. No, if they mark it at the 20, it's going to be just shy of the 28. And if that's the case, Breathitt County less than a yard away for the first. Are they going to measure?
Let's see what the Bobcats close to this first down. Changing up the ball. Trying to keep the football dry. Ten, 11 to play in the third.
So Breathitt County 3rd and less than a yard. Going to be in the gun. Gets him to the right of Stacy. Now moves to his left. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Holland all by himself to the left. There's a snap to give it to Gibson going right side. Cuts it up the middle of the field inside the 25. Down to about the 23-yard line.
Gibson getting those big chunks of yards.
Clock under 10 here in the third. Going to mark it just shy of the 22. Breathitt County has it 1st and 10.
And leading by 6. Bobcats trying to get their first game win of the season.
Breathitt County leading 20-14, trying to go up by a couple of scores here. They snap it out of the gun, but whistles, and it's going to be, again, against the Bobcats. Going to call false start, back them up, give them First and 15.
Well, now a little more difficult for Breathitt County. Clock back ticking at 9:20.
20-14, Breathitt County leads. Power set to the right of Stacy. They give it to Turner. That was Isaac Turner, set up to the left. He's going to lose yard. He's going to be dropped down back at the 33-yard line. Loss of 6. It'll be 2nd and 21 coming up for Breathitt County.
PCC read that play well. 8:50 to play in the third. Of course, like Steve said, the Bobcats will play Lewis County next week in the Honey Bowl, as PCC will be on the road to play Lawrence at Louisa.
Back to the gun for Breathitt County. Gibson left side of Stacy in the backfield. 2 wideouts each way. Stacy with the gun. Looking to throw. Still looking. Going to step up. He got ripped by the face mask. Official standing right there, and he says, "Did you see that?" The official says, "It looked like he grabbed your jersey."
Well, he jerked his head all the way around.
Oh, my word.
That's definitely a missed call by the...
Oh, big time. Big time. That takes it back to the 40-yard line. 3rd and 28 for Breathitt County. Going to have 2 each way, split wide for Stacy out of the gun. Ball sitting near the middle of the field for Breathitt County. They lead it 20-0 at the moment. Stacy looking to throw. Comes near side as he got flushed out of the pocket. And he's going to get tripped up as he goes out of bounds at the 38.
They'll stop the clock at 7:30.
Ball carrier forced out of bounds, number 9, Wooten on the coverage. At the 39-yard line. That'll bring up
Wooten on the coverage.
4th and a long way for Breathitt County.
Here comes the punt team in.
Yeah, at this point, given the spot on the field where you are, yeah, you about have to punt that away. So, Braxton Terry in punt formation for the Bobcats. They got a takeaway, but they were unable to take advantage of it. There's the snap. Terry drops it, puts a toe to it. Going to the far sideline. Will take a Breathitt County bounce. Hits at the 20. Rolls inside the 10 and down near the 7. Down at the 7-yard line. Nice punt by Braxton Terry, pinning the Commodores back deep.
First Central will take over here at 7:17. Way deep in their territory. Play clock at 20. We do want to thank everybody for staying up late on WJSN.
Commodores will be out of the pistol. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Ball on their left hash. 20-14. Breathitt County leads it. 7:17 here in the third. Play clock went down. There's the flag. And that'll back them up to around the 3 or 4 yard line.
Yeah.
See where they set the ball down at. It was at the 7. It'll be, yeah, they're going to put it at the 3 yard line, looks like. Should be about the 3.5.
Kaiser Sloan, the transfer from Knott Central.
Yeah, it's in year number 2 here for the Commodores.
Good basketball player, too.
In the pistol. 2 wideouts each way. There's a snap. Looking to throw. Trying to come to the near side, looking for Smith, and that ball is thrown wide and incomplete. And that's 2nd and 14 coming up for the Commodores. Clock stopped, 7:13 here in the third.
Second down, 2nd and 15 for the Commodores.
A lot of football to be left to play. This Breathitt County crowd still here. And it's going to be a foggy ride home tonight, Steve.
Yeah, of course, given where the field is located at, generally tends to be fog. Now, you can't see it on the screen at the moment. Fog to our right. It's a little higher. Nothing at the moment to really impede vision, but still. Trips to the right, one wide out to the left, out of the pistol. 2nd and 14 for the Commodores. Low snap. They pick it up, and that's going to be Jackson. And he's going to be dropped about the 2.
Loss of 2.
Is that Jackson? Is that who that was, 15?
15.
Yep.
This Bobcat defense really putting the hurting on PCC here on this series.
3rd down and 15 coming up for Perry Central. Got to get a stop here and force a punt from an awkward spot on the field for the punter. Ball sitting at the 2-yard line. They've got 3rd and 16 on the board. I've got 3rd and 15 here. Either way, it's 3rd and long. 2 wideouts each way for the Commodores out of the gun. Sloan with the snap, looking to throw, looking to come near side, trying to go deep, and that's a hold. It's completed anyway. Kilburn made the catch at the 43.
Talking about getting them out of trouble.
He put it down at the 44. That's a good catch.
Oh, yeah.
It was absolutely defensive hold or interference, whatever you want to call it. They're going to call pass interference. They'll decline the penalty. And take the pass complete up to the 44 of the Commodores. Gilbert with the catch.
Gets the Commodores out of trouble. We're closing in on the 6-minute mark here in the third.
There's a snap to give it to Combs going left side. He'll cut back to his right. Breathitt County will drop him after he gets to get about 2 yards.
Bring up 2nd and 8 for the Commodores. Number 33.
And it'll be 2nd and 8 coming up for Perry Central.
Breathitt County leading 20-14.
We apologize for being on so late. Nothing we could control. Weather delay to get the game going. Ball on the left hash for 2nd and 8 for Perry Central. Sloan looking to pass, coming deep down the near sideline once again. That was offensive pass interference, to be honest with you, and they'll probably call that on the defense. And to add extra, they're going to call unsportsmanlike probably against Breathitt County.
It looks like it's what it's going to be.
See, what happens on that a lot of times is the offensive guy will have the defensive guy by the jersey and then pull him close. And when the defensive guy tries to, fight the handoff, they call the defensive guy for interference. And, I mean, if the official lets you get away with it, they let you get away with it.
Get the reaction.
Honestly, that should be offsetting penalties, but that's my opinion. Let's see what the call is here.
We'll stop the clock at 5:17. PCC moving this ball down the field.
Should be offensive pass interference and then penalty against Breathitt County for unsportsmanlike. That's my call, but they're not going to go with my call. Or
Pass interference on the defense. Number 22. It's a 15-yard penalty.
that's
Also, dead ball, personal foul. Number
Yep.
82 on the defense.
yep. Perry Central caught a break on that one.
They definitely did.
And I'm not going to say the defensive guy didn't push at all, because he did. But that was after the offensive guy grabbed him by the jersey and pulled him close. So You see that called that way a lot.
Really walking it off. Bobcats leading by 6 with 5:17 to play.
So you got 2 penalties against the Bobcats, and Perry Central first and 10 at the Breathitt County 24. Handoff up the middle. And that was Combs getting to the 20-yard line.
A nice facility here at Prairie Central. Clock rounds out 4:30. A little offsides on Breathitt County, looks like.
Yep.
Probably should be a 5-yard penalty.
Breathitt County starting to rack up some penalties here.
Yes, they are.
2nd and 1 coming up for Perry Central. And with that, Breathitt County will take a timeout. We'll take the timeout with them. 20-14, Breathitt County leads, 4:26 to play here in quarter number 3. Back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
.426 to play here in quarter number 3. Perry Central with 2nd and 1 coming up from the Breathitt County 15-yard line. The Bobcat defense trying to get a stop and protect a 6-point lead. As you see the fog coming onto the field as they get to that side of the field. There's a hand off to Combs, and he's going to be inside the 5, down at the 2.
Big hole by that Prairie Central offensive line.
This drive started way back at the 7-yard line for Perry Central.
4 minutes to play in the 3rd.
Power I formation. They've got Jackson dotting that I. Power I to the right. Ooh, gets hit in the backfield, spins off. Did he get a yard or did he get back to the line of scrimmage? He might have got to the 1, looks like. That was a good hit. Didn't see who got that. That right up the gut. Just set it down at the 1. So gain of 1. 2nd and goal.
Play clock at 20.
3:20 and counting in the 3rd. Power I formation. Jackson dots that I once again. Sloan under center. He's going to go up the gut. He'll be into the end zone. Touchdown for the Commodores. Comes at the 3:09 mark here in the 3rd.
We are all tied up 20-20.
Extra point pending for Perry Central.
Like Steve said, that touchdown came at the 3:09 mark.
As Montgomery coming on to attempt the extra point. Hold by Fields for Perry Central. Snap, hold down, kick up. It is through. Make it 21-20 in favor of the Commodores, as we'll be back in 1 minute. 3:09 to play in the third. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Goins kicks it off for Perry Central. Breathitt County a foul on it at the 24. And falling on it for Breathitt County was Corey Combs.
Of course, we're streaming tonight on YouTube.
Yeah, I apologize. I haven't really been able to say much about it other than, hey, the graphics messing up a little bit here and there, but getting a little more accurate this week than we were last week. As Breathitt County trailing 21-20, 3:07 to play in the third. They're going to be in shotgun formation, 1st and 10 at their own 24. Ball on the left hash. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Gibson going to set up right side of Stacy in the backfield. There's a snap. Trying to get a quick screen right side to Isaac Turner. He has the catch. We're going to get it up to the 40-yard line. Drive started at the 34, not the 24.
Oh, we got a Bobcat down.
That's Stacy.
And maybe
I think he's going to be okay.
Yeah, he's going to walk it off here. It's like a twisted ankle. And down he goes. Maybe cramping.
And if he stays down, he'll wind up, it looks like a cramp. So they'll have to bring somebody else in at least for one play. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout. Back in 30 seconds. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breathitt County trails 21-20, regardless of what.
2-minute timeout.
And they're going to give a 2-minute timeout. Because due to the heat, you get a little extra water break. So that's what this is for.
Stops the clock at 2:41. 21-20 Bobcats trail.
They'll have 2nd and 4 coming up when play resumes. But Breathitt County has moved the football very well here this evening. They have a total of 100. Well, I say they've moved it very well. They have 166 total yards of offense, 101 on the ground, 65 through the air. Perry Central so far, 268 total yards of offense. They've got 149 through the air and 119 on the ground so far. Perry Central 16 first downs, Breathitt County with 13. And it's been a very good football game to this point. 21-20 the score. Perry Central leads Breathitt County with 2:41 to play in the third. This score is similar to what Perry Central and Somerset had last week here at Commodore Field.
22-21. PCC knocked off Somerset. Controversy in that game.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Shotgun formation for Breathitt County on 2nd and 4. Ball sitting on the right hash. One wide out each way. H-back and tight end to the left as well. There's a snap. It's Aaron David handing it off to Aaron David Johnson. Handing it off to Gibson. I think that was Gibson. Gets it inside or across the 40 up to about the 42-yard line. Would be 3rd and 2.
Clock ticking at 2:22.
Third and 2 for the Bobcats. Johnson in the gun. As Gibson to his right, Perry Central jumps into the neutral zone. Make sure they don't try to call that on the offense. It is offsides against the Commodores. 5-yard penalty. First down, Breathitt County.
A break the Bobcats needed. Stops the clock at 2:03.
1st and 10 for Breathitt County at the Perry Central 47. Clock ticking under 2 now here in the 3rd. Gibson will go left side of Johnson. Aaron David Johnson in for Stacy. Stacy went out with a cramp just a few moments ago. One wide out each way. H-back to the right. There's a snap. They give it to Gibson going right side. Gets to the edge. Cuts upfield. Room to run. Inside the 40 of Perry Central. Dives down to the 39 of the Commodores.
He's hurt too, looks like.
Gibson on the carry.
Trying to stretch out a cramp.
Cramped out, yeah.
First down, Breathitt County. Pistol, timeout.
So Breathitt County again moving the ball well on the ground. And for the Bobcats, Gibson has 15 carries for 86 yards and a touchdown. So the sophomore from Breathitt County having a good night so far. The offensive line opening up big holes for him to get through. It's 21-20 in favor of Perry Central. Breathitt County driving, trying to retake a lead here. As Johnson still in the lineup for Breathitt County. That's Aaron David Johnson. He's going to have a halfback on each side. That's Combs to his left. Corey Combs, and then to his right was Isaac Turner. They give it to Turner coming near side. Gets to the left tackle, cuts up field inside the 35, down to the 33. Gain of about 6, 2nd and 4.
Bobcats moving the ball well.
Getting down to the last minute of the 3rd as we are still here after 11 o'clock, James, on a Friday night. Going to make for an early morning in the morning. Got to be at work by 8.
Early, yes. I'd let Rick drive you home so you can sleep.
Yeah, there you go. Rick Hensley on the camera for us tonight. Appreciate that. Brandon Griffith updating scores for us at home for the ticker that you see on this YouTube channel on the bottom of the screen. Shotgun formation for the Bobcats. Johnson looking to throw. Has it complete to Holland. Inside the 20, down near the 15-yard line. And Breathitt County in the red zone.
Nice throw by Johnson.
Marking it at the 15, gain of 18 yards. They blow the whistle for him to run the clock. Going to be in the gun. See if Breathitt County runs another play or if they let it go to the 4th. 13 seconds and counting here in the 3rd. 21-20 Perry Central. They may try to run one more play in the 3rd with 7 seconds on the clock. 5, 4. Johnson with the snap. Hands it off. Up the gut. That is, I want to say Combs. We'll see. No, that's Barnett with the carry. He'll get it inside the 10, down to the 9. And it 2nd and short coming up for Breathitt County as we go to the 4th. We will be back in 1 minute. Back in 1 minute for the 4th and final. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Back at Commodore Field, we get ready to start the 4th and final quarter. Breathitt County trailing Perry Central 21-20. As
Johnson off the bench providing the spark. Stacy went down with the injury, we think a cramp.
that's what we think it was, but we don't have that confirmation at all. As Breathitt County ball on the left hash, trailing 21-20 to start the 4th. Out of the gun. Going to hand it off to Gibson. Gibson started up the middle, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's, no, I was going to say he lost a yard back to the 10. And that'll be 3rd and 5 for Breathitt County in what should be a 4-down territory.
PTC up by 1. Bobcats trying to regain this lead.
Breathitt County in the gun. Johnson has Gibson to his right. Perry Central almost jumped off sides there. They didn't call it. Gibson will now move left side of Johnson in the backfield. 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 4 coming up for Breathitt County. Johnson looking to throw. He's going to go down at the 15-yard line, and they're going to call a face mask. Perry Central fans don't like it, but that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, that was the correct call. The coaching staff up here in the booth do not agree.
I like how you said that, the coaching staff.
Yeah. We're at the 11-minute mark even, and we do want to thank everybody for staying up late with WJSN. I'm James Turner, and with the veteran Steve Neese. Also, we're on YouTube streaming live. Type in WJSN 97.3. Fans disagree with that one.
They did not like that at all.
Very passionate fans here in Hazard.
So that'll take it to the 5, and that's a 1st down for Breathitt County. They'll have it 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Clock under 11.
Well, Perry Central was able to benefit from a call that I didn't agree with earlier, back in the 3rd. And this time, Breathitt benefits from a call that Perry doesn't agree with. Here's Gibson going right side. Maybe a slight loss. And mark it down right at the 5, so no gain on the play.
Clock keeps ticking. Folks out there, when you're ready to go home, be cautious because it's going to be foggy as it can be. When the fog is out, so is the deers all over the road. So be careful. Whichever direction you go, pray for traveling mercies.
Ball will be on the right hash as we tick under 10 minutes to play in the game. Breathitt County trying to take the lead. They trail it 21-20. Out of the gun. That's Stacy back in the game. Looks like gives it to Gibson. Going left side. He'll cut upfield as he crosses the 5. Down to the 1. Is he inside? Down at the 1.
Down at the 1. Bobcats want the touchdown, but the refs say down at 1. At the 1. Are we going to get a measure?
Oh, you don't measure to the goal line. If he's over the goal line, he's over. Because it'll be third and goal.
Yep.
But he is down at the 1. Thought he got closer than that, James. They've actually got it back on the 1 instead of inside the 1. Breathitt County with 2 plays to punch it in. 9:25 and counting to play.
Play clock at 12.
Breathitt County in the huddle. They go left side. Touchdown. Breathitt County takes the lead. That was Gibson running left and punches it into the end zone.
At the 9-minute mark exactly. Bobcats regained the lead, like Steve said, 26-21. We got a Bobcat cramping, looks like.
Cramps you can deal with. It's the other injuries that become difficult.
Bobcats lead by 5 now. Nine minutes exactly to go on this one. Steve, what time does the Bobcats usually get to the field on an away game? About
they're usually
about
here
6?
about an hour or so, roughly ahead of game starting.
Yeah.
So I was watching. They got here tonight. I think it was around 7:15, maybe closer to 7:30.
Because of the 8 o'clock.
Yes. But I mean, when you have the type of situation you got with the heat and the other weather that came in, I mean, there's really probably no time to say, yeah, that's the right time, or no, that's the wrong time to show up. You know, I mean, everything was kind of off of a normal pace
tonight.
Yes.
And not just for us. It's across the state with the heat and the mountains
absolutely.
with the rain.
Several games got pushed back till tomorrow.
But I'm glad we can get this game in tonight.
Breathitt County going to go for 2. They lead at 26-21, trying to make it 28-21 and be a touchdown and extra point away. They're going to come out of the bone. Under center is Aaron David Johnson looking to throw, trying to get it to Sperry, and it will fall incomplete. 2-point conversion, no good. 26-21, Breathitt County leads with 9 to play. We'll take a 1-minute break. Back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Central return.
That's clock 8:51 in the 4th and final quarter. The latest I've ever broadcast of the game with you was in the All-A Breathitt versus Hazard baseball My first year, Steve, during the sleet and rain, we got out about 12 o'clock at Hazard.
Yeah.
Very cold conditions. Cold as stop being, too.
As Perry Central, 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Handoff up the middle across the 25 to about the 26. As that was Jackson on the carry for the Commodores. He got it across the 25, they say 27-yard line. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Prairie Central likes to run the ball, but pass just enough to keep you honest.
They can throw it when they need
just
to.
Just like Belfry County.
Yep. 149 yards through the air for the Commodores to this point. As they're in the pistol, low snap, but they get the handoff off. I want to say that was Combs up the middle. Nope, Jackson once again.
Jackson on the carry. He'll gain
8 minutes to play in this one.
Mark it at the 29-yard line. Gain of 2. 3rd and 5 coming up for Perry Central. 2 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Pistol formation. Jackson behind Sloan. Trying to draw Breathitt County off. They do not jump as Sloan looks to the sideline, gets his play call. 20 seconds on the play clock as it comes in. 7.5 to play. Sloan looking to pass. Quick screen right side, and that was low and incomplete.
I bet Sloan would like to have that one back.
Yeah, it looked like room to run there. Pass intended for Witt. And looked like he had quite a bit of room to run there, to be honest with you. And the Commodores will come out and have to punt this away with 7:28 to play in the game. And Breathitt County leading 26-21. See if the Bobcats can score.
Put this out of reach.
Try take some time off the clock.
Yes.
Try to put another score on the board. Don't want a repeat of what happened at Knox Central a couple of years ago. But
Mercy.
Try to get it going. So Goins in punt formation. Breathitt County has Turner and Holland back to receive. There's a snap, high snap. Goins able to get it, puts a toe to it. It'll bounce at the Breathitt County 44 and pretty well die. And the Bobcats will take it over right there at their own 44-yard line.
7:20 to play. Breathitt County leads Prairie Central 26-21. Of course, we'll have the Honey Bowl live next Friday night at 7:30. Hopefully you'll start on time. Supposed to cool off next week.
We hope so.
Play clock at 12 now.
Looks like Stacy back in the game for Breathitt County as Johnson had done quite a bit in the last drive. Stacy in the gun. Gibson to his left. Turns, hands it to him. Gibson crosses the 45. Spin move across the 50. Still on his feet. Inside the Perry Central 45. Brought down near the 43, 42-yard line. And Breathitt County in plus territory again. Down at the Commodores 42, looks like, where they're going to place it down. And that is a first down for Breathitt County. A run of 14 for Gibson.
Gibson's played well.
And I've got Gibson for 104 yards. He crosses the century mark.
Bobcats trying to eat this time up.
Gibson also a couple of touchdowns tonight on the ground. 26-21 Breathitt County. Clock ticking under 7. As Stacy still favoring that leg that he had a cramp on. Gives it to Gibson. Gibson up the middle. Gets it to the 40 and meets a wall of defenders there. A gain of 2. 2nd and 8 coming up for Breathitt County.
Clock. 6:20 to play. Bobcats will take their time on offense. Play clock at 25.
Breathitt County will be in the gun. Looks like Combs going to be in the backfield with Stacy. 2 wideouts each way. Waiting for the play call. May have to call a timeout. Play clock at 12. As
they're confused here on offense.
Yep. We're going to try to run one here now with 5, 4, 3. Here's Stacy drops the snap, now goes back and falls on it way back at the Perry Central 45-yard line.
Yeah, that was got some confusion on that play before the snap. Clock still ticking though. 5:10 to play. Bobcats are going to take their time, play clock at 30.
3rd and 23 coming up for the Bobcats. Breathitt County going to have 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. Power set right side of Stacy in the backfield. Going to go play action, try to hit Sperry. He'll get a hand on it, but it will fall safely to the ground and incomplete. Breathitt County will be in punt formation.
Pass intended for number 15, Spencer, is incomplete. Number 11, Haddock.
Stops the clock at 4:46. PCC Bobcats is going to punt here. As give PCC one more crack at this. Really from
Terry going to be in punt formation here for the Bobcats. Need a good punt here. Perry Central coming after it. He'll put a toe to it. High punt. Going to be fielded about the 23 and hit. Not dropped, but hit.
There's the man. There's the
And
flag.
there's flags on the play. We'll see what the call is.
Coaching staff here wants a face mask. PCC coaching staff.
And more flags on the sideline over here. We're probably going to get offsetting unsportsmanlikes, I think, one on each team.
So as the officials converse, game clock stopped at 4:34.
Tay Watts is going to bring the ball near the 40-yard line.
Watts
Now we have flags everywhere.
Watts caught it at the 23, and they marked him out at the 47. We'll check all the flags.
Like the PA man said, flags everywhere.
Not just flags, but hats too.
Hats and
When they throw their flag and then there's another penalty in front of them, they
Yeah.
throw their hat. So,
yeah. Saw that twice tonight.
Yep.
Haven't saw that in the season
Now,
or two.
what I think happened, I don't know if that's a face mask on Breathitt or blocking the back on Perry. Probably face mask on Breathitt. Could either call probably correct. And down here on the sideline, I think there's a unsportsmanlike against Breathitt and an unsportsmanlike against Perry, but
That
it
will
could be
offset.
2 against Breathitt. We'll see.
Okay.
I want to say the second one against Perry, but don't hold me to that.
Won't be surprised if on both teams, on PCC and Brett, it should offset if that's the case. But like you,
There's 2 penalties on play. Personal foul, number 2, Breathitt County.
He called Breathitt, pointed against.
Also, sideline warning, Perry County Central. First down.
So they'll mark the 15-yard penalty off after the run. Commodores will have a really good field position here to start this drive, because the penalty against the Bobcats is an enforced penalty. The sideline warning against Perry Central
clock stopped at
will not be
4:34.
enforced. Yet the sideline warning against Perry Central is not an enforceable penalty on the first warning. They've not marked off the 15-yard penalty against Breathitt County yet, but it will be marked off against the Bobcats. There they go. And it should take it down to the 37 of Breathitt County, where Perry Central will have it 1st and 10. Warning on each Breathitt and Perry from the sidelines. So they're going to take it to the 38 of Breathitt County, where the Commodores will take over 1st and 10. with 4:34 to play. 26-21 Bobcats at the moment. Defense needs to come up with a turnover or something.
Yes, turnover, stops, whatever.
Pistol formation for the Commodores. 2 wideouts each way. Gonna turn, give it to Jackson up the middle for Perry Central. Jackson inside the 35, down to the 33. We gain a 5 on the play.
Clock ticking now, 4:20. Bobcats trying to escape out of here with a big-time win. 4 minutes to play.
Shotgun for Perry Central. They're going to give it to Combs up the gut.
Oh, man.
And he's going to be tackled from behind. Ball came out. Was it too late? They say down. Down at the 22-yard line. Not going to get that call this late in the game. I don't think, anyway.
Not here, you won't.
Ball down at the
down anyway, though.
21.
3:45.
Clock will wind again. Perry Central taking their time, trying to score with no time left on the clock. Breathitt County trying to come up with a takeaway or get a stop defensively. They lead at 26-21, just over 3.5 remaining. Ball on the left hash, 1st and 10, Perry Central, 2 wideouts each way. Jackson left to Sloan in the backfield. There's a snap, looking quick screen near side. They got it complete to Fields, and he'll be forced out of bounds at the 15-yard line. Maybe 14-yard line, looks like.
Stops the clock at 3:27.
Gain of 8 on the play. Bring up 2nd and 2 for the Commodores.
I've got 2nd and 3. That's what the scoreboard says as well.
Got some discussion here. Substitution for Prairie Central.
Didn't sound like somebody was very happy with somebody else.
Yeah, well, yes.
That's all I'm going to say. Ball on the left hash. 2nd and 3 coming up for the Commodores at the Breathitt County 19-yard line. 26-21 at the moment. Breathitt County leading. Clock stopped at 3:25 to play. 2 wideouts each way out of the pistol. Jackson behind Sloan. Sloan with the snap for the Commodores. Gives it to Jackson going left side. He'll be tripped up, go down at the 11, 12-yard line. 11, I think he's got enough for the first.
3:10 to play.
If that's at the 11, that's a first down.
Yes,
They've not
it is.
signaled just yet.
PCC moving this ball down the field. Like you said, Steve, one of the score was very little time.
They need to, there's the official timeout. He's coming to check. I was going to say, it looks like it's a first. Are they going to bring the chain gang on the field? Looks like they are.
But
Official timeout. Stops the clock at 2:58. Sit where the ball's sitting. I think he's got the first. Now I'm not sitting directly down the yard line there, and if they're looking that close, it's going to be short.
short, looks like it's short.
Like that much.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he had the first.
All about angles, and you don't have the best angle on that one, you don't.
Nope. But the county defense would love to come up with a turnover here. Bobcats lead at 26-21. Clock will start. 2:55 and counting to play in the game. 3rd and inches for Perry Central out of the pistol. The county looks like they're going to shoot the gaps up the middle. Maybe an audible there for the Commodores as there's a snap. They run into each other. Jackson gets it, though. He's got the first down at the 9-yard line.
2:35 to play. 26-21.
Breathitt's waiting for a defensive stand here.
Not many folks have left Commodore Stadium.
26-21 at the moment. Power I formation. Power I will be to the left. Dotting the I is Jackson for Perry Central. They'll turn, give it to him, and he'll score.
Walks right in there. That touchdown at the 2:02 mark. Perry Central regains the lead.
Here's the thing. If you're going to give up a score, do it with time on the clock.
Yeah.
27-26. Perry Central leads by 1.
2:02.
I think they're going for 2 here. They are. They want it to be at least a 3-point differential.
Yeah,
that way,
absolutely.
if Breathitt can get down and kick a field goal, the worst they could do is tie it up. Would we dare say Perry Central comes down to a field goal attempt at the end of the game 2 weeks in a row?
Anything's possible.
All right. Commodores going for 2. Going to be in the pistol. Looks like Jackson going to be behind Sloan. 2 wideouts each way. They're going to set the ball in the middle of the field. You have the choice if you want to, when you go for 2, if you want it in the middle or on either of the hashes. They pick the middle. There's a snap. Sloan, quick screen, far side. It's complete. Conversion good. That was Kilburn. It is 29-26 Commodores back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Perry Central set to kick it away. Goins has it teed up. 2:02 to play. 29-26 Commodores. Breathitt County will get the ball with a chance to drive and potentially win the game. Goins approaches the tee, puts a foot to it. That ball will go out of bounds. Don't know if that was on purpose, but either way, Breathitt County with decent field position to start at their own 35. Good
2:02.
thing, I was going to say, good thing is it did not take any time off the clock.
Yeah, late night here in
Oh,
Hazard,
Breathitt's going to make
Kentucky.
him re-kick. I apologize.
Yeah. Breathitt County trails by 3 in the 4th.
We'll back them up to the 35, going to tee it up again. To kick it away once again. Nice catch by the receiver, or by the referee, trying to backpedal and catch that. Ball coming in off the sideline.
He did well.
Goins tees it up once again. Approaches the football, puts a toe to it, kicks it out once again. If I'm Breathitt County, push him back, push him back. And Breathitt County is going to do just that. You keep kicking it out of bounds, Breathitt County will keep pushing him back.
5 yards out a time.
Yep. So what'll happen, one of two things. Either you're going to kick it and Breathitt County's going to get a heck of a return because you're kicking it so far deep, or you're going to kick it out of bounds before it gets to the 35 and Breathitt's going to get better field position. So that's what they're banking on here. So here we go. Tees it up at the 30 this time, does Goins. Approaches. Kick. Picked up at the 46 by the Bobcats. That's strong. Across midfield and down at the 45, maybe 44 of Perry Central. That's why you keep making them re-kick.
That's correct.
So Breathitt County, really good field position here at the Perry Central 45.
1:58 to play.
First and 10. Bobcats trail by 3, 29-26. Going to be in the gun. Ball sitting on the right hash. Gibson will be left side of Stacy in the backfield. Play call comes in, 15 on the play clock. There's a snap. They hand it off to Gibson up the middle. Across the 45, still on his feet, down around the 42, 43-yard line. Looks like 43 where they're going to place it. Gain of 2. And I know sometimes people look at that and go, why are you running? Listen, yes, there's time on the clock. Yes, you need to score. But, yes, you need to run all the time off the clock. Clock is stopped. Okay, now it's running.
1:40.
Second and 8 coming up for Breathitt County at the Perry Central 43-yard line. Going to have 2 wideouts each way. Gibson, left side of Stacy in the backfield. Stacy looking to pass. Has it complete on the screen on the far side. Coming back in the middle of the field. Is that Combs? No, that's 33. That is Tincher with the reception. And gets it enough for a first down to the 33 of Perry Central.
Chancey Hurley checks in for the Commodore, number 32.
That was a nice vision after the catch by Tincher to cut that back inside. Here's the handoff to Combs up the middle. Stays on his feet inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line. 56 seconds and counting here. Breathitt County trying to keep Perry Central honest by running the ball a little bit. They're going to mark it at the 27. Gain of 6, second and 4 coming up.
40 seconds to play.
We give it to Combs once again. Going left side again, inside the 25. Depends on where he's down on if it's a first down or not. I think he has, depending on the spot, may have it.
Going to be very close. I think he got it, right?
Yeah, they got it. They mark it down at the 22-yard line. First and 10, Breathitt County, 30 seconds. Now you'll start seeing him throw the ball. Stacy looking, rolling to his right. Oh, that's pass interference. Where's the flag? Hit him early.
A missed call, clearly.
Absolutely a missed call. Of course, we could ask Somerset about that late in the game here as injury down. Clock stopped at 21 seconds to play.
He pops back up. That's Carter Holland.
Yeah, and I think it's sophomore. A cramp.
Yeah.
He's got to come off because they stopped the clock. Coaches came out too.
21 seconds to play. But a blown call there by the officials.
Absolutely. Second and 10 coming up for the Bobcats at the 22-yard line of Perry Central. And Breathitt County's going to call a timeout. Let's take a quick timeout with them. We'll be back in 1 minute. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Breathitt County has it second and 10 at the Perry Central 22-yard line with 21 seconds to play. Trip to the right, 1 wide receiver to the left. Stacy looking to pass, has it complete to Sperry. Dropped the football, picked it back up. What are they calling? Incomplete.
What a tough play. Stopped the clock at 16.
Looked like he caught it for a second, then dropped it and picked it back up.
Yeah.
Wonder if that had been incomplete if the other team had recovered. Good question. I don't know. Just throwing that out there. Never know, right?
Never know.
3rd and 10 for Breathitt County at the Perry Central 22 with 16 seconds and counting. See if they go with a quick out towards the sideline. Stacy looking to pass, goes play action. Plenty of time. Throwing down the middle of the field. It goes incomplete. 4th and 10 coming up for Breathitt County.
11 seconds to play. Bobcats trail by 3.
Holland will check back in for Breathitt County. Another timeout. Let's take a 30-second timeout. 30 seconds, Kevin. Back in 30. This is WJSN Sports.
Since 1962, Citizens Bank and Trust of Jackson has been proud to serve the community. They care about the people of Breathitt County and are the only locally owned bank in the community. With 2 branches in Jackson and 1 in Beattyville, they're never too far away when you need them. And with the latest innovations in banking, keeping track of your finances has never been easier. Helping to grow Breathitt County as leaders for over 60 years. That's Citizens Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Do want to thank our in-game sponsor, People's Bank and Trust of Hazard, Kentucky. They helping bring this one tonight. Of course, Citizens Bank, our main sponsor. Breathitt County, 4th and 10 coming up. Ball at the Perry Central 22. Going to be in the gun. 11 seconds to play. Trip to the right, 1 wide receiver to the left. Gibson left side of Stacy in the backfield. There's a snap. Let's see, Gibson. That was actually Combs. Stacy looking to throw. Heaves it into the end zone. That ball will be pass interference, I believe.
I think so.
Against Perry Central in the end zone.
I do think so.
They missed the pass interference call earlier.
Got it that time.
Keep saying Spencer. That's Sperry.
Yeah.
That needs to be defensive pass interference.
Should be.
Let's see if they try to.
Should be an obvious call. We'll see what they say here. 2 seconds to play.
Surely they wouldn't call that the other way, would they? You got 2 seconds left, so really be 1 play left for Breathitt County because that should be pass interference, 1st and 10 at the 11. Pass interference against the defense.
Breathitt County will have 1 more play left in them. Driven by 3, 2 seconds to go. This is the game right here.
So Breathitt County. Perry has timeouts left. Will they call one here?
I would not if I was them.
I don't know. All right, here we go. Trips to the right, 1 wide receiver to the left. And whistle. What's the question here? Ball would be at the 11. That was the correct spot as far as the ball was concerned.
Nothing.
Yeah, I guess he just had a question from the far sideline. I don't know. 1 play left, 2 seconds remaining in the game. From the 11, Breathitt County trying to win here. Stacy to throw into the end zone. It's incomplete.
Incomplete. Prairie Central gets the win.
And that's the ball game.
29-26. Prairie Central over Breathitt County.
All right. Just a second on this one.
Bobcats fall to 0-2 on the season as Prairie Central will improve to 2-0.
We'll get this
And not very many people have left this stadium, watched all this game until just now.
As just a second, we'll get some final stats here. Breathitt County, 6 in the first, 14 in the second, 6 in the fourth, they're 26. Perry Central, 7, 7, 7, 8 in the first, second, third, and fourth quarters. For the final score, 29-26. And trying to get some stuff going here. Either way, we'll get the final stats real quick here for Breathitt County. We'll start with Perry Central. Commodores, 155 yards on the ground, 156 through the air, 311 total. For Breathitt County, 147 on the ground, 93 through the air, 240 for the Bobcats offensively. Passing for Perry Central, 6 of 13 was Kaiser Sloan, threw 1 interception, had 156 yards passing. Receiving, Noah Kilburn, 3 for 116, Tyler Smith, 2 for 33, and Derek Fields, 1 for 7. For the Commodores, rushing, they were led by Seth Jackson, 18 carries, 84 yards. Kaiser Sloan, 3 carries minus 1, and Colin Combs, 10 carries for 73. Sloan did have a couple of touchdown carries, and Jackson had 2 touchdown carries. For Breathitt County passing, Aaron David Johnson, 1 for 1 for 18 yards. Dylan Stacy, 6 of 12, 75 yards, and a touchdown pass. Receiving for the Bobcats, Carter Holland, 2 receptions, 49 yards, and a touchdown. Brady Tincher, 1 for 10. Isaac Turner, 2 for 18. Jaden Gibson, 1 for 7. And Corey Combs, 1 for 9. On the ground, Breathitt County led by Jaden Gibson, 22 carries, 108 yards, and 2 touchdown carries for the sophomore from Breathitt County. Isaac Turner had 5 carries, 18 yards, and a score. Dylan Stacy, 5 carries for 8 yards. Carter Holland, 1 for 11. And Braden Barnett, 1 for 6. Now, did have the snap that got away from the quarterback, and it was a team carry for minus 15. Looking over some other stats here, Perry Central runs 45 plays for 311 yards, and Breathitt County 50 plays for 240 yards. Perry Central averaged 6.9. Breathitt County averaged 4.8. Breathitt County did fumble once. They got that fumble back. And then Breathitt County did force Perry Central, or they did get the 1 turnover on the interception by Braden Barnett. But Bobcats fall short on their comeback attempt here. 29. Actually, they led it for a little while, but they trying to drive and finish it out with a win. But go down 29-26. Final score, Commodores with the win. Breathitt County will be at home next week against Lewis County. We'll have all the play-by-plays here on 97.3 and our YouTube channel, WJSN 97.3. So, going to sign it off. I want to thank Rick Hensley for running the camera for us, Brandon Griffith for some updates on some scores at other games, and for John Bunn, Lance Turner, I want to say thank you. Kevin Davidson for running the board for us back at the station. For my colleague to my right, James Turner, I'm Stephen Neese. God is good
all the time.
Take it away, Kevin Davidson.